So today we're going to talk about the car that's formerly the former Roach Rod. Um, like I mentioned before, this body is aero straight. The frame that Steve did at Industrial Chassis, absolutely cool. He formed like 2x4 square tubing to follow the body, and you can see it there, the way it just follows the body. Super nice. You can see the the paint on this car. Um, It's basically grafted on, I think I mentioned in the previous video, right about here. And the outside piece is Steve's work, and the inside frame rail is from the Roach Rod. But if you look down, you can see a slight bend in it. So that's where he merged the two, right in that area. But all the work on this car is TIG welded. It's just super nice, super straight. Everything inside, I have the seats out and the windshield off because I'm going to get rid of the giraffe windshield with the little giraffe bump in it and make it straight across. I pulled the Porsche seats out, and I want to do some kind of foam seating here with a foam back and have it match the upholstery. But to sit down in it, because you can sit down in it with your shoulder about even here, and I'm 5'11" and 260 pounds, so I fit in there comfortably if you sit down in it like that. The floor pans, these are all made out of aluminum, super nice, all TIG welded, and put those little X's in there. This is really trick. No, we're not supposed to have billet aluminum on our traditional hot rods, but I do believe this is CNC'd out of billet aluminum. I looked and found like a program where, or it was designed on CAD or CAM or something like that. So that, that's super cool. It's really basic. The pedals, I'm gonna have to redo the pedals. When you push the gas pedal, your foot hits the brake pedal, so they need to be kind of moved over, and I think I'm going to move the gas pedal up higher and put a mechanical linkage on it. I don't like the cable, so I'm going to just put a rod going through a hole in the firewall. So, but it's just really cramped, so I might put a little heel pad with so you can work the throttle and then the brake, and maybe go with some round pads and scoot everything over. We'll see. But that has to be done before you really drive it, because you just, that's it's really challenging to drive like that. Louver Decklid, super cool. These are like small, see if I can get in here, small louvers, and there's a lot of them, so very nice. And he actually put, let me go in here, a panel inside. I can't really, you can see it a little bit there, but there's a panel inside to cover the louvers, so if it gets wet, the water doesn't run inside. In the back, super nice, a little bit of upholstery work there, all bead rolled, and that's a stainless tank that has a hump in it and two sides and a hump in the middle to clear the drive shaft, and it's all, there's the bead in the top. I mean, it looks factory. Super nice. Little pan back here to clear the spring in the rear frame, but and a battery mount. So that's the trunk. It's pretty cool. Other than that, underneath there's it has the original wishbone that I had made, untouched, and rear spring Heim joint holding that to a cross member, but all the cross members are TIG welded. The exhaust, we're gonna have to tune that up a little bit. Let's see if we can get under here and see anything in the dark here. But it's up against the floorboard there, and the mufflers are resting on the wishbone, but I have to redo that. That's okay. It's got rear ends the same one, but they narrowed one side and centered the pumpkin, which is cool. But yeah, that is all the old wishbone that I did. And as far as the length of the car, that mount, like that used to be up here on the trans mount, and that's how long they had to lengthen this whole thing to for the body. So it's car's longer. It's got this pretty trick tranny mount that has these little things he made to clamp on and clamp it in there. So I'm probably going to cut that dorsal fin off there off the tranny because it's hanging down. But yeah, the old Wedge Engineering NHRA approved bell housing I had there, and it has a T5, and that rounds out the bottom of the car. So there's also these little brackets to reinforce the the firewall and body, and they're all done up nice. And there's this hoop underneath here. So they're basically, it's a hoop to support everything, the steering wheel and everything. And there's this. I don't know what they were doing, if they were planning on putting pedals in it that were, you know, had the master cylinders over here or what. Maybe Steve can clarify that. But that was there, and then they put the one out here, I guess. So anyway, yeah, very nice. We're gonna make engine noises here pretty soon and be driving this thing around. We'll see everyone later. Have a great day.